For this lesson on story maps, you will need your blank story map sheet from your packet that looks like this. Just a Little Sick by Mercer Mayer. I am just a little sick today. Mom says, no school. You need to stay in bed. Being just a little sick is fun. I get breakfast in bed. Yay! It's just plain toast. Yuck. I want Fruity Nut Crunch, I say. Mom says you are too sick. Go back to bed. I am not too sick to play video games. Yes, you are, says Mom. Now go to bed and rest. I am not too sick to fly to the moon on my rocket ship. The rocket ship ran out of gas, Mom says. It needs to rest. I am not too sick to build a tent on my bed. I am hiding from my bear. Suddenly, I don't feel good. My bear and I go to find Mom. Mom sends me back to bed. She takes my temperature. You have a fever, says Mom. I say I am sleepy. I wake up from my nap. I feel great. I get dressed. I will go out to play. Mom says, oh good, you are all dressed. Let's go to the doctor. But I am not sick anymore, I say. Mom takes me to the doctor anyway. We wait and wait. I put on a funny-looking robe. The back is open. The doctor checks my throat, my nose, and my ears. The doctor gives Mom something to make me feel better. We go home. I can't wait to go out and play with my friends. Oh no, says Mom. The doctor said you have to rest all day. I am tired of resting, I ask. Can I please go to school tomorrow? I changed my mind. Being just a little sick is no fun. Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to show you how to complete a story map based on the story you just heard, Just a Little Sick by Mercer Mayer. In your packet, you'll find this page labeled Story Map. I want you to take that and follow along with me as we story map the story of Just a Little Sick. Now, a story map is kind of just like that. It's a map of the story. If you're reading a map when you're on a trip, the map shows you where you are and where you're going. You can follow along. Well, this is the same thing. We take a story and we make a map out of the story. I'll show you what I mean. Up in this box right here, this is where we're going to put the title of our story. It's kind of a small box, so you have to write kind of small. I'm going to type it in, so mine will definitely fit, but when you go to write yours, it's going to be a little tricky. Just a little sick. That's where the title of the story goes. And we underline it because it is the name of a book. We always underline the title of books. Okay, the next part is down here, the setting of the story. Now, I know you know that the setting is where and when a story takes place. So, in this box, whoops, still getting used to using these tools. In this box, we are going to write our setting. If you look through the story, again, you'll see that in the background there are trees. The houses don't look like a big city scene. There are no skyscrapers. So you can tell that the story takes place in the country. What else can we say about the setting? Most of it takes place at Little Critter's house. They go somewhere too, don't they? The whole story doesn't take place there. The setting changes during the story, and they go to the doctor's office. And when does the story take place? Well, this one is a little bit trickier. It's not in the future. It doesn't have to be a long, long time ago. So what we call that is we call that present day, because they had things like video games like we do, and the toys he had in his room, those looked like toys we would have in our bedrooms, right? Everything looks pretty much like present day. So that's how we refer to it in the setting, present day. All right, now moving on to the next box. This box is called characters. Now, there are quite a few characters in this story, but what we're going to do is we are going to limit it to a few main characters, okay? We don't have to write down every single one of Little Critter's friends who show up at the end, and we don't have to put in the mouse that shows up on every page. I don't even know what the mouse's name is, actually, but we're just going to limit it to the main characters in the story. And I would say that there were two main characters in this story. Of course, there's little critter, and mom. Those were the two main characters. And when I say main characters, I mean the characters that the story was mostly about. Some of you might want to add the doctor. He was a good character in the story, not really a main character, but he was kind of important. Okay. All right, so now we have the title, the setting, the characters. Now we're going to move on to the other part of the story map down here. This is the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now for this part of your story map, you can either draw a picture to show me something from the beginning, the middle, or the end, or you can use words. I'm going to use words because I'm on the computer, and I'm going to pick something from the beginning of the story and put it in this box, and then pick something from the middle of the story and put it in this box, and then something from the end of the story and put it in this box. All right, so let's put our text box here. In the beginning of the story, I'm thinking of the story Just a Little Sick. And in the beginning of the story, little critter was pretty happy that he was sick, to tell you the truth. He kind of liked being sick. He said, being a little sick is fun. So in the beginning, little critter is a little sick. So that's what happened in the beginning. And I'm going to add, he is happy about it. I'm going to add a little bit more. Rather than just tell you what happened, I'm going to add for you a little bit, like the fact that he is happy about it. Now, in the middle of the story, some things happen with little critter. A few different things happen. So you don't have to write everything. We're not rewriting the story. This is just a map that gives someone an idea of what the story is about. So in the middle of the story, you can choose what thing you want to write. There are several things you can write here for the middle because a lot happens in the middle of the story. You can write how little critter wanted to play with his toys, but his mom said no. You could write about how little critter got a fever and had to take a nap. You can write about how little critter woke up from his nap, felt better, and got dressed. You could write about how little critter went to the doctor in the middle of the story. I think that's what I'm going to put. I think I'm going to put the part where I'm going to combine a few of those. I'm going to say little critter had a fever and his mom took him to the doctor. Now remember, you can write what any of those items that I told you, any of those choices, you can write what you think happened in the middle of the story, the things that you think were important. I'm going to say that little critter had a fever and his mom took him to the doctor. But you can choose what parts you want to write about. Now, in the end, I really want to stress the part where little critter realizes it's not fun to be a little sick. It's actually not. This is where he learns his lesson in the end. So in the end, little critter decides that being a little sick is no fun. And why does he decide that? because he can't go to school and he can't go and play with his friends. He can't do his normal routine, the things that make him happy. So he realizes that it's not fun. Now you can add more detail if you want to any of these boxes, or like I said, you could just draw a picture from the beginning, the middle, or the end. You could rewatch the video as many times as you want to get your ideas. So that's how we fill out a story map. There's another story map in your packet. I'm going to let you fill that one out about any story that you read on your own, any one you want. So that assignment is going to be coming in a couple days, where you have to fill out the story map for yourself for any story that you want to fill it out for. Okay, I hope you like this. If you have any questions, please give me a call or email me, or we can schedule a Google Meet and we can go through this together if you'd like on that. All right, I miss you guys. I hope you like this lesson, and I will be talking to you soon.